Thought I met you at the wrong time. Then you caught me on that one night. Girl, I wanna know how this thing get out of my control. Zip line into your timeline. Hey, that body don't lie. I didn't care for the hype, yeah. But when I saw you tonight, ooh, girl, you know just what you're doing. I'll go 1,000 miles to show you that I'm right for your love. Hey, keep breaking necks when you passing them by. Make sure they know that you taking love in your vibe. Let's be forever tonight, and I will let you make up your mind. But I can't wait. Where you coming over? Let me be your chauffeur. Baby, I will keep on calling you love till you do the same. Let me take it over. Drive it like a chauffeur, like a chauffeur. Let me drive that. Yeah, I can't recall when you came through that door, yeah. Glowing like a headlight, independent all the way, got her bread right, yeah. Hard to ignore, sexy body make a jaw hit the floor. Won't you come over now, just let me hold you down. 1 time out of 10, 2 times won't you be mine. We just can't pretend, this love thing can take time. 3 times then I'm in, I heard through the grapevines, you missing our playtime, girl. Your beauty make 'em bow down. I need that body right now, yeah. The love will never die down. Together we can fly now. So, baby, don't you ever be afraid to fall in love with me. Let me be your parachute, parachute. 1 time out of 10, 4 times on the state lines. We fly till the end. My hands on your waistline. Sky high, feel the wind. 5 times won't you be mine. This love thing can take time, yeah. And no matter how long it takes, I'll be right here by your side. I'll be right here by your side forever. And no matter the ups and downs, I'll be right here by your side. I'll be right here by your side forever, yeah. Your beauty make 'em bow down. I need that body right now, yeah. The love will never die down. Together we can fly now. So, baby, don't you ever be afraid to fall in love.
No, that's the wrong one. Hello, that's the wrong. Hello, not the. Hello. Okay, we're just gonna go with that one.
Okay, all right. What's going on, people? It's good to be back. What's going on? What's good? We're just gonna bring the music down a little bit. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Cova D Technician. Finally back at it again, and oh my goodness, man! Let me just tell you guys, this report I've covered from last year, right? And this is the Diverting Hate report. This is a government-funded NGO nonprofit in combination with the funding from the Department of Homeland Security. And what these people are doing is they are analyzing and reporting on data from the Manosphere, which they consider, and it is a misogynistic extremism, the Manosphere in mainstream social media. So the reason why I brought this up today, and the reason why I'm bringing it up to you tonight, is they are advancing their suggestions in the surveillance techniques that they want to use in analyzing, watching, and monitoring these spaces. So let me just address everyone in the chat room. We got Nick in the building. We got Angry Woman. We got Simply Deep in the building. We got Malika. We got my friend Raining Woman in the building. I hope you're not up past your
bedtime.
We got Bionic Scoop. What's going on, Scoop? We got Vondi Gaming in the building. Seeking My Creator. Welcome to the chat room. And we got Kazi in the building. Salute to you. I am wearing this button out tonight. So I'm going to go into the report. It's a long report. I'm not going to read every single line item line by line. I'm only going to go over the interesting things that I think is interesting. I just want to make sure I hear myself loud and clear. You hear me loud and clear. I know the music is not too loud because I'm looking at it on my monitor. So let's go ahead and get into it. So let's put that on repeat for now. Okay, so we're just gonna go into the so they're highlighting the popular talking points now, right? So they've already got their eyes on the passport bros, the disparagement of modern women, and the rise of trad wives. Trad wives, for those that not know, is what they call traditional women, traditional wives. So passport bros, quest for ideal women, right? So to sum this up, they're acknowledging now passport bros. In the previous reports, this was not a thing. So they're learning more and they're adding more to their lexicon. They're adding more terms to the lexicon. Black Manosphere will consider this report. No, red pill creators like Rollo Tomasi think this is a badge of honor, which is you got, if you're fully committed to the grift, you have nothing else to do, right? You have nowhere else to go. So passport bros quest for ideal women. The rejection of modern women coalesces with a growing trend of passport bros. Passport bros refer to men actively seeking relationships outside Western societies, often in Southeast Asia, Eastern Europe, or South Africa, in pursuit of what they perceive as more traditional partnerships. These bros cite the cost of maintaining a stay-at-home wife in the U.S. as a reason to venture abroad in pursuit of a relationship with more traditional dynamic. However, there are obvious concerns with exploitation and power imbalances in these kind of relationships, where citizenship is often used as leverage to attract women with vulnerable backgrounds. Okay. Now look at the now what I want to highlight is I want to highlight the accounts that they're naming, right? So we got subscribers from accounts called Man Reacts, Manhood 01, Working Man 22, Legion of Men YouTube, a demonetized account on YouTube. So the goal, right? The goal of fighting a trad wife, the trad wife trend or portmanteau of I have no idea what that word. I think I butchered it. Of traditional wives has rapidly gained momentum. So we don't need a history lesson right now. What I want to do is get into the names. I want to highlight the names. The blame on modern women for male loneliness. Choosing not to date is a personal decision, but the discussions around this choice frequently take a derogatory turn, especially against women. Numerous videos employ statistics and personal anecdotes to diminish women, specifically targeting those they deem so modern that they assert their dominance and resist conforming to patriarchal norms. In doing so, the discourse attributes male loneliness to the actors and choices of these modern women. So again, these are all popular Manosphere reaction channels now, right? So we got FBE Capital, we got Legion of Men. Now the concept of these channels, they take the TikToks and they bring them to YouTube and they kind of address them and make fun of them. I know I watch FBE Capital. SD Williams, this is the trad wife movement. Now they also highlight hitting the wall and the pervasive sexualization of younger underage women. So I don't want to read throughout this whole entire thing. So to explain what the wall means, do I got my echo right?
The wall. There we go.
So the wall is pretty much women over the age of 30 hit the wall and they lose their sexual market value, as it says here. That's why they tell men to aim for younger women, 21, sometimes 18 or older. They say that because they have quote unquote less body counts, lower body counts, right? So that's the sum up the hitting the wall. But the reason why I want to look at the table of contents, because there's something about this report, the most important thing, and we can come back to looking at all this stuff. The growth, section 2, section 3, analyzing complex growth, our takes. Let's see. Okay, let's just scale through it. They have a scale. I want to show you the scale. There we go. So what they have now is a scale that they're using. So they have something called the male supremacy scale. Okay, so the this is basically what Brad Pitt does. So the male supremacy scale it's pretty much a scale they use to rate the level of male supremacy content on YouTube. My window is down. Let's see. Okay, so my display capture is off. Let's see, window. Let's do that. Client area. There we go. Okay, I don't know what happened. Anyway, so the male supremacy scale is a 15-item scale to measure male supremacy broken into 3 subscales: anti-feminism, female dishonesty in relationships, and women like alphas, with 5 items each. Anti-feminism explores how the participant feels about feminism, while cherry picking, I would not be surprised if those channels are gov ops or trolling. I believe, yeah, that I wouldn't put it past them. But women like alphas, with 5 items each. Anti-feminism explores how the participant feels about feminism and feminists in general, and more specifically the role feminism has in society. Female dishonesty in relationship highlights the view that women are not able to be faithful in a relationship and are by nature dishonest. Women like alphas, and this is like women like chads. It's based on hypergamy and the values that men of the manosphere project onto women, and determines if the participant feels that women are only interested in high status masculine men. Utilizing a 7-point Likert scale ranging from strongly disagree 1 point to strongly agree 7 points, the highest ranking on the male supremacy scale is 105. Wow. Application of the male supremacy. This is how they apply this scale, right? So the manifestation of male supremacy online combines principles derived from a broad network of male supremacist websites, blogs, content, blah, 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 blah. So they began identifying 11 prominent accounts and influential figures from 110,000 to 1.8 million, highlighting their considerable impact. Following this, we conducted a detailed analysis of top 10 videos from each account, scrutinizing the content in alignment with the male supremacy scale. By doing so, we were able to gain insights into prevailing attitudes and beliefs presented by these influential figures within the manosphere. We then methodically evaluated each video based on the designated criteria of the male supremacy scale, assigning scores that range from 65 to 93 in order to offer a quantitative measure of the extent to which the content aligns with male supremacy attitudes. Okay, so we're just going to look at the channels that they got now. Okay, so on this list now, so let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at the scale first. So the male supremacy scaled metric, they got Sandman at subscribers count 203,000, March 206,000, and they're tracking the increase in subscriber count. They got the real MTR, a 635 to 682, 7% increase. Legion of Men, 427 to 453, 6%. Rational Male, that's Rollo Tomasi, 218,000, 1%. Fresh and Fit Clips. Now, why are they highlighted? Okay. And they break down each channel. So we're gonna just go right into the breakdown of each channel. Rich Cooper, I just discovered him. He pisses them off a lot. Of course, we got Just Pasty Things. Steph is Code. Now, let me just highlight this. So, from the top, the Eye of Sauron. Yes, everybody's being watched. Risto, you crazy. What's going on, Kay? So, Stefan's Code has made the list. Now, let me explain why that's kind of significant to me. So, in the previous reports, the only kind of black male creators outside of Fresh and Fit that's made these reports was Coach Greg Adams, and I haven't seen him pop up again since then. Stefan's Code would probably be considered the closest thing to what a manosphere or black quote unquote, can I get my quotes, quote unquote black manosphere creator is, right? The reason why this is interesting, because the researchers themselves are researching more in depth into the niche, the content, the culture of the manosphere, right? And they're finding more creators, and they're adding more creators to this kind of this lexicon, this data that they are collecting, right? So it is not a far-fetched idea that they will begin to add and collect data and monitor more accounts, going down the rabbit hole of accounts similar to Steph's Code, Aaron Clary, going further down the rabbit hole to gather more data on other creators similar to Steph's Code, because there aren't a lot of black content creators on this list, right? Just food for thought. right? Just food for thought. We're not going to spend the whole time on what ifs and the conspiracies of things, because I don't really have to do that with this report. I can just show you, so I don't have to assume anything, right? Okay, so the Sandman, right? So what this part of the report is, this is the crazy part, right? Because what's happening here is that now they're analyzing and breaking down the metrics of each channel that they have on this list, right? So we don't care about Sandman. I don't care about Sandman. The real MTR. Okay, so that, mediocre tutorial reviews. Okay, he changed his name. I didn't know that. So let's go. So I think this is the second time he's been in their reports. So the real mediocre tutorial reviews is a black male content creator in his 30s who engages in reaction videos to viral video clips on sports networks to celebrity news. His discussions mainly revolve around demeaning the subject in the video. Especially if it pertains to women. The real MTR attracts thousands of viewers via conflated titles, exaggerated thumbnails, and above all, content that promotes the Manosphere and demeans women. Additionally, the real MTR advertises different social media platforms that aim to get viewers to his personal site, mtarmy.com, for example, which allows visitors to schedule personal consultations and join a newsletter and army. In November 2023, he had 638,000 subscribers. March 2024, he had an increase of 7.4%, which suggests that MTR is able to attract viewers through his content and further advertising his following base as an army, further creating brotherhood and influence to his community. Now, pay attention how they highlight certain words, right, to add to their, to their lexicon, to put emphasis on it. So they're putting emphasis on the army aspect, okay? Legion of Men, don't care about him. The Rational Male, we don't really care about Rollo Tomasi. Fresh and Fit. So Fresh and Fit, male supremacy scale metric of 88. The Fresh and Fit clips are the clips that come from the Fresh and Fit podcast, which is hosted by Walter Weeks, that's okay, and Myron Gaines, a pair of black content creators. The podcast has been known to have controversial influences such as Andrew Tate, Nick Fuentes, and guests. Additionally, the channel regularly hosts a panel of women where commentators attempt to ask controversial questions and garner answers from these women to support men's rights and misogyny. What? Because of misogynistic content that is glorified on the channel, the YouTube channel was banned in March 22 because the channel violated YouTube's hate speech policy. Also, they're banned. While the channel was demonetized in 2023, it continues to post video. Okay, so it's still demonetized to this day. Okay. In November 2023, the channel has 654,000, and then it grew to 714,000 in March. Ultimately, despite the controversial content promoted and glorified on the channel, individuals still find the channel appealing because of its projection that it is an anti-mainstream podcast that aims to cause drama and garner argument for individuals on the podcast. So one, I had no idea they were that channel got banned. I thought it was just demonetized. So I believe the channel's still demonetized. Okay. Rich Cooper, I just discovered him. Rich Cooper don't hold a dramatic increase in subscriber count compared to other channels analyzed and support, suggesting that even though his content is more tailored to red pill ideology, he isn't able to attract as many individuals to the string of content he presents. So he's not able to grow his channel with his content. Interesting metric, right? Just Pearly Things, we definitely don't care about Pearly Things, so we're just going to go ahead. She grows her channel. Davis, controversial opinions and virulent stance against feminism continue to attract adherents of the Manosphere, and for the time being, she continues to post on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's get to Steffens Code. First time, welcome to the welcome to Skynet, Steph is cold. I hope you enjoy your stay. Let me hit that. Welcome to. Oh no, I don't got a voice.
Welcome to Skynet. Hope you enjoy your stay.
So Steph is cold. Steph is cold is a black man in his 30s, hailing from Detroit. Is a content creator. He focuses on discussions surrounding alpha masculinity and red pill ideology. Offering dating advice and self-improvement clips, he engages his audience through various content formats. Some videos feature him solely providing insights with accompanying it's gonna move forward visuals, while others showcase him in the frame. Additionally, he ventures out onto the streets to test and demonstrate his theories. Steph is Cold is a proponent of the no-fat movement, which emphasizes self-discipline and personal growth through abstaining from porn, masturbation, and orgasms. Much of his content revolves around the red pill philosophy, offering advice on becoming more confident and successful in relationships. Notably, his overall score is affected by a lower ranking in anti-feminism. Despite this, Steph is Cold has maintained a substantial following. This suggests continued interest in his content, particularly his discussions on alpha masculinity, self-improvement, and red pill concepts. So just to take a look at this scale again, this is the rating. The scale has 15 items across 3 subscales: anti-feminism, female dishonesty, women like alpha. And the summary, they summarize all of these accounts under these categories: MGTOW, PUA, MRA, MRM, Red Pill, and TradCon communities. I'm gonna come back to you guys in the chat room. I thought these people would have disconnected themselves from this once the people started looking into the manosphere. Not smart at all of them. Yeah, I mean, you know, some of them, they have no choice, right? Like, some of them have no choice, right? Like they're so invested into this content that they have no alternative to make other content, right? And to be fair, this isn't it's causing some of them to be demonetized, so it is causing them money, but they're not all being demonetized, right? So it's like a tick for tat battle right now when it comes to dealing with YouTube. And a lot of people don't see it as an issue, right? And for some people, it may not really be an issue, right? However, if I made this kind of content and my channel was in these reports, I'd be concerned and I'd be seeking an attorney, just for safe measures, right? Didn't know he was from Detroit. I don't know much about this guy. Aaron Clary, I listen to him a lot. He becomes a little hard to listen to from sometimes when he starts ragging on. He really goes deep into this red pill shit. He's an economist, right? So he brings the numbers and stuff. Interesting guy. Aaron Clare is a white man in his 40s known for his content that spans diverse interests, including salsa dancing. Okay. Clary engages with his audience through live streams where he addresses topics requested by subscribers, ranging from news articles to questions, while advocating for traditional gender roles with supporting economic statistics. While scoring high in various aspects, his overall rating is impacted by a lower score in female dishonesty. Attributed to a perceived lack of emphasis on this subject within his content, regardless, Aaron Clary has experienced growth with his following. This indicates sustained interest in his content, even as he discusses controversial topics related to gender roles and societal structures. So, Arako TV, I don't know much about this guy. Another British guy. I kind of ignore these British guys. I don't really care. Then we have 21 Studios, okay? So here's the big part now. So here's the big part. Application of diversion campaigns on male supremacist channels. In February 2024, we ran diversion campaigns for two of our partners, Man Enough. We got Tony Anthos in the building, was good. We got Man Enough and Man Therapy across 9 channels. So if no one remembers, so I'll just explain it. So part of this strategy, right, for what they're doing is they want to find ways to redirect. It's a technique called redirect, right, where they put advertisements right in middle. They put advertisements on the targeted content of this male supremacist content, and then that would redirect the person to a group where they can seek quote unquote help or re-education or whatever you would like to call it. With these non-profit organizations. So one of the organizations called Man Enough, and the other organization is called Man Therapy, which is probably something similar to Better Help. Okay. Across 9 channels, The Real MTR, The Rational Male, blah, 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 blah. So they ran these ads against all of these channels. We were and just per the things, we were not able to run diversion campaigns. We set our answer to the question, how does the effectiveness of diversion campaigns vary among audiences with differing levels of belief in male supremacy? So Antonio Keys was going on. So now, an overview of the 3 evolving trends. Stop simping. Definitely stop simping. How misogynistic influencers humiliate. Oh God. I either have cotton mouth, or I use the word so infrequently that I am drawing a blank on how to even pronounce it right now. So we'll move on. A disconcerting trend has surfaced within the Manosphere on YouTube, characterized by a series of videos where men proudly proclaim to stop simping through public humiliation of women. They demonstrate how not sympathizing with, showing too much attention for, or otherwise being submissive to women can lead to the actual harassment and bullying of women, while providing them a false sense of power. This phenomenon is intricately linked to the theory of gynocentrism, and fueled by the belief that men often prioritize women at the expense of their own well-being. Simp is sometimes used as a derogatory term to troll men. Gynocentrism, originally described a dominant focus on women in theory or practice, has been manipulated by some to be that societal chivalry and white knight behavior, prioritizes women over other groups, MGTOW, blah, 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 blah. The content, and they're so new to all of this. They're like talking about stop simping like this is a new trend. Like this is new. Like this has been around for years, this whole stop simping thing. Like this is strange. Stop simping in action. The concept of being humbled is intricately infinct to that of being humiliated. I don't know why I can't pronounce the word right now. I don't know why. The provided screenshots illustrate instances where men subject women, seeking to enforce a perceived hierarchy or assert dominance, right? So this is how they break down this is just how they break down the content by hitting that like button. I definitely appreciate if you guys hit the like button. It's literally free. So this is how they break down the content, right? So they break down the content like this. Passport Bros, the disparagement of the modern women and the rise of trad wives. Passport Bros, quest for ideal women. We don't need to go into this. This is pretty self-explanatory. So what we do is, so this is how they highlight the content again. Choosing not today is a personal decision, but the discussions around this choice frequently take a derogatory turn. And this is the reaction videos that spawn from this. I think if you click this, okay. Do they have links? Okay. I don't know this channel. I've never seen Legion of Men, but I know FBE Capital. Hitting the wall. Below screen from incel.is. We're not getting into incels. Don't really care what incels have to say. More than seasonal solitude, exploring the impact of the holiday season with the incel IS community. Okay, so I don't want to spend a whole lot of time into the incel stuff. That's way out of my grasp. That's way out of my realm of caring. Like, I don't really want to get into the whole incel shit. That's another bag that I'm learning. The incel thing is a separate bag, not because they're incels, but because of the government involvement in creating incels. Not touching that with a 10-foot pole. I'm gonna leave that one alone. I done seen things in honeypots. So no, let y'all do your thing. I'm gonna go over here and make. Not fucking with that. What's going on, G Dizzle? Dehumanizing language on Getter, exploring an overlooked corner of the Manosphere. I had no idea. This is interesting. There's a Manosphere community on Getter. Wow. Huh. Okay. Do we have any more charts before I get... Okay, here we go. I don't want to sit here and just be reading things. Getter, a social media platform launched by Jason Miller, a former Trump aide in 2021. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. The platform defines itself. Okay, that's why they're targeting it then, because it's a former Trump aide. Okay. The platform defines itself as a social media platform built on the foundation of freedom of opinion and expression, but mainly attracts right-wing user base. Oh, you don't say. This is relevant as the simultaneous increase in misogynist violence and far-right domestic terrorism underscores a concerning correlation indicating significant overlap between the Manosphere and right-wing extremism. So, if you're following anything that I've been covering so far, again, for the third time that I've covered these reports, the purpose of these reports is to continuously link Manosphere in general to right-wing terrorism. That is the purpose of these, to explore the connection and to make the connection between the Manosphere and right-wing terrorism. That is really the purpose. That is why they're exploring all of this. That's why they're doing so much research. These are one of the many reasons why. The previous report, the first initial report, harped on this line a lot harder than they are doing now. But that is a reoccurring notion and narrative that is in these reports that they are making. They want to connect the two, and they're always finding ways to link the two together for various reasons, right? So we don't carry on. An interesting feature of this alt social media platform that boasts 4.5 million users is that the users can cross-post to X, allowing users to directly post Getter content to their X account, thus directly allowing fringe ideas to make their way to a widely used social media platform. And that's why they're always on Elon Musk's ass, because they don't like the fact that people can cross promote. Okay, that's the problem. They don't like that. This preliminary study seeks to understand the thematic focus of. All right. We're gonna fast forward. So what they're doing is now they're analyzing the words. Now they're coming back and analyzing the words again, right? So let's take a look at the methodology. Several key terms from the Diverting Hate database were selected for preliminary insight into the Manosphere and Getter. The terms in Table 1 were scraped through Go-Getter tool courtesy of the Stanford Internet Observatory. They were selected as a sample representing different violation scales in the Diverting Hate database. The violation scale metric represents a continuum of a term's extremism and connection to violence. The scale operates on a numerical value from 1 through 5. Each number on the scale represents how likely a term is to violate social media policies. Okay, let me read that one back. That's important. Each number on the scale represents how likely a term is to violate social media policies, how widespread the definition is, and how connected the term is to violent groups or individual events. Now, these are words that are used regularly throughout social media platforms, right? So we got woman, right? So woman is kind of like a nerd term, like sort of like the culture woke war term that is used when they're describing like when Marvel is putting female characters in things, when these big Hollywood productions are putting female characters into their projects, they say woman, right? So misspelling the word woman, a derogatory term. So misspelling the word women is a derogatory term, primarily used by incels that implies women are unintelligent and lacking common sense. This is a direct violation of, for example, Facebook's hate speech policy. Femoids or femfoids, a derogatory portmanteau of female and android used by incels to describe women. It seeks to emphasize the purportedly cold nature of women and dehumanizes them. Feminazis, we already know what that is. Incels, we already know what this is. Top G, nickname for Andrew Tate, a media. Okay. I didn't know he had his own nickname called Top G. So the quantity of posts containing the key term woman and incels is at the top. Wow, look at this shit right here. Oh my God. I gotta take a second to look at this. So look at this chart. Of the 905 scrape posts with keywords incel/incels, were 297 in total, while those referring to women as women were who does this a lot? Nerderotic does this a lot. He calls women woman. Were 295, ranking third in most post quantity. In total, 161 posts on Getter were scraped mentioning Top G. The widespread nature of woman, which garners a 5 on the Diverting Hate violation scale, is particularly concerning and risk shifting the term into mainstream discourse. Lord, just stay off social. Yo, man, I don't know what to tell y'all, man, about this shit, man. I don't know what to tell y'all. Wokeness, general, feminist hypocrisy, stupid. The deep state. Through inductive. Meanwhile, in reverse, it's done to duck the guide set. Yeah. Through inductive coding, different themes were established in the Getter post. Okay, this is explaining this thing right here, and I don't really want to read. The narratives for these two themes goes as follows. Incels, okay. All right, so this is pretty much explaining how they're using this color code, and then they're breaking it down here. General criticisms of wokeness, of which feminism or gender equality is considered part. The second most recurring narrative 5 is that general wokeness and progressive ideations, of which feminism and women's degeneracy are considered a part, are leading to societal destruction and the decay of the Western Christian tradition. Closely related is the narrative that the deep state is using feminism to intentionally destroy societies globally, which is part of the great replacement. Oh, we getting out of there. 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 Conclusion. This preliminary study sought to understand the thematic focus of manosphere-related content on Getter, the general frequency of criticism of purported wokeness and degeneracy indicates that Getter's ideology focus rely primarily on far-right vernacular and simultaneously draws on some manosphere concepts, okay? So when these people, and they're having these think tanks, and yeah, when I see great replacement, I'm out of there. Not getting into that. I'm out of there. We not. Nope. Moving on. I'm not touching that. Real impact of the normalization and violent misogyny and harmful masculinity offline. So this is probably going to lead to shootings. So again, all right. So whenever they do these reports, they then come back to the domestic terrorist angle, right? They always come back to this domestic terrorism angle, and they do that for a reason, because at the end of these reports, they always follow the same kind of pattern. They look at the social media, they highlight some creators, they create the data, and then they start linking everything to terrorism. So, and it's not Big P. What's going on? And it sounds simple, it's complex, but that's pretty much what the result is, right? They track, analyze, and then tie everyone to terrorism. That's pretty much how that's going, right? So we're just gonna skim through this here because every report is usually the same. In 2023, the third largest mass shooting was in Allen, Texas. The shooter shared dozens of posts on his social media account celebrating radical, misogynistic, anti-Semitic, and racist viewpoints. In his personal journal and forum posts, he used language commonly found within incels communities when describing his interactions with women, the role of online creators, and their radical content. That the mass shooter consumed cannot be understated. This worldview and personality had become shaped by the extremist content he found online. The FBI and law enforcement's increasing monitoring efforts surrounding the online threats and radicalization led to thwarting a would-be attack on a college campus in fall of 2023. Authorities arrested a self-identified incel student at the University of Arizona after evidence on social media surfaced of his planned mass attack. His posts included common manosphere terminology, such as referring to men and women as Chads and Stacys, and also directly quoting their king, their god king of the incels, the Elliot Rodger. Boy, in June 2023, a former, okay, so this is just outlining the violent acts, right? And here we go. So we got easy access to guns, far-right extremism, misogyny, and gun violence against women. Everything. All the things, right? They get all the things at the end, just get all in there and toss it into a pot, make a good old pot of progressive, anti free speech, surveillance state gumbo. Gen Z shift, how a younger generation is influenced by the manosphere. Ooh. The rise of Andrew Tate is ruining my freshman boys. The growing trend of misogyny in schools is further illuminated by a 2024 King's College study, which sheds light on striking generational disparities and attitudes towards feminism, particularly among age 16 to 29. The research reveals a higher prevalence of skepticism towards feminism compared to baby boomers. With 1/3 of young men believing that feminism does more harm than good, 32% global country average, and expresses concerns about the perceived threat to traditional masculinity. So, The slant of these reports usually take the stance that, you know, people who don't like feminism are bad, so let's watch them. You know, to sum that up, to sum it up, right? Apart from obvious means through which figures like Andrew Tate advocate for male dominance over feminine individuals, this kind of content works to mainstream misogynistic ideologies from the manosphere by playing on young boys' fears and anxieties about their futures and place in the structures of hegemonic masculinity. These influencers offer hope and answers through advice about legitimate struggles with dating, entrepreneurial skills, and health, to name a few. The easy distribution and affirmation of the Manosphere's message is amplified by the fact that Gen Z individuals on average dedicate around 4 hours per day online, or 17.7%, with YouTube as the most popular social media platform among this demographic. Not TikTok, but we're gonna get to TikTok. Reports also show that Gen Alpha, the younger siblings of Gen Z, spends more time engaging in online activities than offline activities. So the shift in the demographic is the younger this young generation, they don't know nothing about going outside. And that's bad. That's we're getting close. We're on the plateau of the humans that were in the movie WALL-E. We're getting close to that. Offline, notably, a 2023 Pew survey found that 1/3 of adults under 30 regularly use TikTok for news. Yeah, I gotta get that TikTok shit up out of here, man. We can't feed you our narratives because we're not getting through to you on TikTok. That's a problem. We can't tell you what we want you to know because you're on TikTok finding alternative news. We can't have that. Marking a 255% increase since 2020. That is a 3-generational gap. That is fucking nuts. Okay, we're gonna skip through this. So we got Sneeko on here. So let's see. Take for example, in the video below, let me see something. Oh boy. In the video below, 2 young boys meet their internet hero Sneeko. One of them greets him by jumping up and down, gleefully exclaiming, "Fuck the women." Sneak replies, "Wait, no, wait, we love women." The young boy replies, "We love women, but not..." Then Sneeko says, "No, we love all people." One of the other young boys says, "All..." Then Sneeko jokingly laughs, "What have you done?" What have you done, Sneeko? What's the deal, Holyfield? What's going on, conspiracy? And you know what? And the thing is, right? The thing is that they have a point, right? Is that, like, guys like Sneeko and Andrew Tate, they don't understand the damage that they're actually doing, right? Like, millennials, older millennials, it's kind of like we see it, all right. Some people are really into it, and some people are like, all right, whatever. Like, you know, we're older. But this Gen Alpha and the Gen Z, fuck. They're like consuming this shit daily. And they're speaking like this on a regular. That's crazy. And that just adds fuel to the fire for these people. The empathy-driven lens to online misogyny. The harm of problematic metrics on manhood. Okay, we don't really. Escape the Matrix today. Whoa, what? Now, there's a part in here that I wanted to cover, but I can't find it. What is the point of acknowledging the struggles of men? Ooh. There is a body of feminist scholarship that suggests an overemphasis on men's mental health and the pity for men entangled in the manosphere is playing into the aggrieved entitlement delusion and enabling male victim mentality. Oh, shit. While there is merit to mindfulness about the way we extend empathy to perpetrators of harm, the path forward is not paved with pointed fingers and blanket demonization. By neglecting compassion for those we deem problematic and dangerous, we've endangered humanity's greatest folly, forgetting to see ourselves and other people. The empathetic approach does not forgive, enable, justify, or excuse. The empathetic approach just seeks to paint a complete picture. If the manosphere ran on pure malice and evil, it would have died a long time ago. The meat of toxic masculinity is lost men finding the wrong answers. We won't help them find the right ones unless we see them as vulnerable and flawed human beings that they are. By preserving rapport, trust, and respect for the human decency of all, manosphere countermeasures will be far more forthcoming, and the community of tolerance and kindness that we use to entice them back will be so much more warm and inviting. If I didn't know any better, that sounds like some shit they got from ChatGPT. Victim-centered research does not demand the vilification of violent perpetrators, nor does empathetic countermeasures absolve past wrongs or diminish their harms. Above everything, we must fight to preserve the humanity in everyone, no matter how horrible their actions. That sounds counterproductive to what what this whole report is. I don't know. Anyway, in the vast digital landscape, platform service. Okay, so there is a line in here that I want to go over, and in this, they suggest using AI. There we go. So here we go. So here's the recommendations. Recommendations: very large online platforms. Improve terms and conditions. Again, VLOPs. And what are VLOPs? Let's come back up here. Let's see what VLOPs are. VLOPs. Very large online platforms is VLOPs. And let's see what they're suggesting. Okay. These are they're suggesting. Trends. Very online large. On X, there is an increased normalization around misogynistic hate speech endorsed by a CEO. We're not going to get into that. They don't like Elon Musk. They going to keep saying that shit. All right. We don't care about that. The demonetization of Manosphere accounts does not hinder follower growth. YouTube's demonetization policy serves to ensure content adheres to various guidelines without the battle of censorship via deplatforming. When a video is deemed to violate these guidelines, it can lose its eligibility for monetization, meaning the content creator will not earn revenue through ads. Factors leading to demonetization include inappropriate language, controversial themes, hate speech, and harmful behavior. While as early as 2012, the online video sharing platform automatically demonetized videos detected as unfriendly for advertisers, YouTube has consistently updated its monetization policy to respond to a rise. So where do you guys... Okay. For our research purposes, YouTube's community guidelines and advertiser-friendly content guidelines. I get it. It's game over because men are the mustache twirling bad guys. Yeah, you know. Men bad. For those of us that haven't caught on. On the grounds of the violation of these sets of guidelines, numerous substantial Manosphere accounts were demonetized in 2023. So this was the big This was the big demonetizing of the in 2023. Fresh and Fit, Just Pearly Things, Legion of Men. However, diverting hate tracking the subscriber counts of these accounts found an uptick in subscribers after demonetization. I think we call that the Streisand effect. For example, while Fresh and Fit had 654 in November, it had a whopping 690 in January. Meanwhile, misogynistic influencer Pearl Davis saw her count go from 1.8 to 1.9. Through anti-government narratives that imply that the Matrix or the powers that be are trying to hide the truth from the masses through demonetization or shadow bans. I'm glad. Look at that. And they're acknowledging shadow banning. Manosphere influencers seem to garner extra support after demonetization. And follow along with me, class. We call that the Streisand effect. The more you hide, the more you bring attention to it. But anyway, while a powerful tool in the arsenal of content moderation and mitigation, demonetization should be implemented earlier in the lifespan of hateful accounts to ensure they do not have a big enough audience to be significantly supported and considered martyrs in the community. You got to get them while they're young. The growing whack-a-mole dilemma presented by fan accounts highlights the inadequacy of moderation account. What are fan accounts? TikTok has banned MGTOW. Okay. Now here we go. Rigorous AI detection for harmful content. As Meta has already implemented, AI should be used extensively to detect and flag harmful content. This includes the identification of incel content coupled with swift removal of content promoting manosphere content that violates community guidelines. Such mitigation measures will not only slow down the growth of manosphere influencer accounts, but also ensure that fan accounts do not have the opportunity to download and reuse accounts. Fire up Skynet! Fire that motherfucker up! They gonna fire that bitch up!
Skynet activated.
Man, they wanna fire that bitch up. Fire Skynet up. Reduce amplification of harmful narratives. Platforms need to do more to reduce the impact of the echo chamber effect from algorithmic amplification of problematic narratives. While strides have been made, it is remarkable that hashtags such as Red Pill garner an immense amount of views on platforms such as TikTok. Protect harmless content creators. Okay, so this is what we call collateral damage. With content from non-problematic content creators being used by Manosphere accounts to make points in support of the ideology, better protection mechanisms need to be in place for the vast majority of content creators not to have their creations misused. Whether it is clipped from innocent street interviews or videos calling out disrespectful behavior at the gym, such as Joey Swole, Manosphere influencers have used these content clips from other creators to push misogynistic viewpoints. See example, Red Pill Hub. Is there a link to this? Red Pill Hub. More needs to be done to get this content reported as defamation. Huh? And here's the problem, right? You want to monitor everything, but you don't realize the fact that you want to monitor and control everything is going to be collateral damage because of how you're operating. And these people don't seem to understand that. When you work so hard in controlling what people can say and do on the internet, of course there's going to be collateral damage. Of course there's going to be collateral damage. face recognition, and content moderation. Platforms should leverage and further develop AI applications such as face recognition and alternative spelling identification, which can play a crucial role in addressing the escalation challenge posed by the proliferation of Manosphere fan accounts disseminating content from banned influencers. By employing these strategies, platforms can proactively identify and mitigate the reemergence of banned individuals, curbing the whack-a-mole dilemma and promoting a safer online environment. These people are fucking insane. They are nuts. They are so gripped by the delusion in which that they believe in. They believe that this is something that should be implemented and that should be used to monitor content and prevent creators from coming back to platforms that they are banned. Do you know how dangerous this is? Do you know how dangerous this is? To use AI technology to not only detect people's content, but also use facial recognition technology to moderate content. These people are fucking insane. And they think this is normal. That's what's so crazy about this shit. That's why whenever these reports come up, I'm going to share them on my channel, because this is showing you how crazy these people are that are conducting these types of research. Facial recognition for content moderation. Insane. Looney bin. Protecting the people and the work. The practitioners think strategically and ethically about what research actually needs to be public. So pretty much to sum what this is, because when people are onto them now. So before it took a few hours or a few days for them to take the report, now they publish the report and take it and hide it in 30 minutes. Because they want to make these reports, but they don't want anyone to see the report. But they know it is not normal, but they are trying to make it normal. They know that. So if what you were doing was so right, why are you hiding the report? Why you don't want people to receive the report? Come on. There. All right. Come on. There we go. Good camera. Protecting the people. For diverting hate, recent experiences have been significant learning opportunity. We recognize that the research conducted has been co-opted by the Manosphere to portray themselves as martyrs. As a result, the diverting hate team is taking new approaches to publishing our research, acknowledging the potential risk associated with public access to the research and prioritizing the safety of the team and the integrity of the work. This shift in approach aims to mitigate the unintended consequences of the findings being misinterpreted. There's nothing to misinterpret with what you guys are doing, or weaponized, while still allowing diverting hate, continuing our efforts in a more secure environment. So, for the people that's still with me, right? With everything that I'm discussing, do not forget that this is government funded. Okay? This is government funded from the Department of Homeland Security. Okay? This is 3-letter agency funding that's conducting this type of research. These are tax dollars, my tax dollars, your tax dollars, being funded to research this stupid shit. Okay? How practitioners can do the hard work and be safe. Think strategically and ethically about what research actually needs to be front-facing. For many organizations working in the countering and preventing violent extremism, okay, whatever. Prepare for research to circulate in the community of intervention. There is a high likelihood that research will be interpreted as an attack or ideological smear campaign. However, as researchers, we must be guided by the same ethical considerations granted to other research subjects. Concertly, this means respecting the individuals within the community by ensuring that their voices are accurately represented and their privacy is protected, avoiding sensationalism in presenting research findings, and prioritizing dignity and well-being of all. Consider multiple interpretations. Define every term that is not straightforward to avoid further confusion. Standing behind our research and the team as an organization. Proper operational security. OPSEC. Okay. And this is how the men's organizations that they use. So these are the organizations that they use. Okay, so pay attention to these things. If you see an ad, right? If you see an ad and these organizations pop up, that's because of this program. Okay? I don't see ads, but if you see any of these ads on any type of Manosphere adjacent content that you're watching, it's because of this program right here. That is part of their research. Will Adolphi is a registered psychotherapist by the British. Why I took the red pill and how I broke free. Okay, I don't really care. Currently based in St. Louis, masculinity. I educate parents, teachers on misogyny. Okay, I don't care about this shit. It's drivel. It's drivel. Okay. Okay, so look at these authors. Caitlin, she actually deleted her ex account because she got spotted. She had bad OPSEC and she got called out, so she deleted her ex account. Tell us what you've learned from this report and how can we improve our research for future reports. And that's all, folks. Let me know what you guys think. The ones that are still with me, let me know what you guys think in the chat room. Tell me what are your thoughts on this, man? Oh boy, listen. I'm not making like constant Manosphere content, but this shit I'll cover all the time when I come across it. I'm always gonna cover this because it's so important. Like, this shit is crazy. And it's important to cover this kind of stuff, right? But I don't have anything else to add to this. I hope you guys got some information out of it. I hope you guys got some knowledge out of it. The government is very much invested in online communities and the language that is being, propagated from these online communities. So that's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy. Till next time, thank you, goodbye, and good night.